SPX6900, one of the main meme coins on Ethereum, is not having such a great time. It's down almost 30% in the last 7 days. The question is, does it make sense to buy this dip now? Let's have a look at some on-chain analytics. Let's try to figure out how much longer this crash potentially could last, or if it makes sense now to take opportunity of those low prices. Now here are the leading trending tokens on Ethereum ordered by their liquidity pool size. And SPX6900 is at number 5 with 10 million worth of liquidity, a market cap of 650 million. And so we are currently at roughly 70 cents. We are down slightly today, but this week we are down 27%, as so many meme coins are. Yet in the last month, if you were early, you made more than a 3x. And in the last year, it was almost a 50x. Now, this is not the first video on SPX6900 on this channel. I published several videos in the past. And yes, you're right, my thumbnail game is not necessarily the best in crypto. But the reason why I talk about this is I want to share some YouTube statistics. So the very first video on SPX6900 on this channel was published on the 30th of September. That video, though, did not get that many views. It even got a few dislikes. Subsequently, the follow-up videos got more views. The recent video is still relatively fresh and has to do some catch-up. And so have a look at this. The first video performed pretty average. So that video is here in blue. The average video is in gray. The follow-up video, however, outperformed. And so that's a dilemma with YouTube, right? When I publish a video on a cryptocurrency that's not yet that well known, and the video doesn't perform that well either. When then at some point the price appreciates and the attention appreciates, and then potentially the upside isn't that much there anymore, that's then when the video outperforms. And that's probably why a lot of tokens that you see on YouTube aren't necessarily the best buys. The algorithm is simply working against us. So if you want to get those videos very early, feel free to subscribe, potentially even hit the notification, right? If I make a video on a cryptocurrency you've never heard before, maybe it might be worth watching. Because check this out. The first video on SPX6900 was when the price was still at 11 cents. And after that, we went up by 800% roughly. The subsequent videos, when then the price doesn't do that well anymore, of course it did get more YouTube views. Now, I believe that crypto is currently splitting in two directions. We've got on the one hand, the very serious Bitcoin investor, the people that simply buy Bitcoin spot, that believe in Bitcoin being the hardest money. Some people also buy via the ETF. Then there are the other investors, the more speculative money, that want to get the 10x, maybe 100x returns. Those are the people that buy the meme coins. Now, the issue with that split is that the middle pretty much gets decimated. So the large DeFi protocols, they all underperform Bitcoin. The very large meme coins also don't tend to do that well. Have a look at this table, which shows only meme coins and they are ordered by their market cap. Every single of those meme coins lost in the last week. However, when we look at the meme coins that performed rather well last week, all of them have small market caps. So we've got 50 million over here, 50 million over here, 40 over here. We do have some meme coins that have a few 100 million market cap, but it's definitely not in the billions. And SPX6900, unfortunately, is also over here. It's already got 700 million, so 0.7 billion. It's unlikely that it's going to make a 10x from here and rival Shiba Inu. I'd go so far to say that it's even unlikely that we'll see a 3x from here, at least relative to the rest of the meme coin market, because that would put SPX6900 even above bonk. Now on this channel, I like to look at on-chain metrics. I like to look at who's currently buying and selling, where's currently the momentum shifting. So let's have a look at that data. On Etherscan, we've got more than 20,000 holders. Now, not all of those holders are created equal. Let's have a look at the people that actually move the price. What we've got over here is a wallet count based on minimum holding thresholds. On the left side, we see the number of wallets that have at least 1,000 tokens. In the middle, 10,000 tokens. On the right, 100,000 tokens. Now, 1,000 SPX6900 tokens is equal to exactly $700 at the current price. In the middle, we've got a minimum holding of exactly 7,000. On the right, a minimum holding of $70,000. Now we see how the rally that started in September of this year was mainly driven by small retail. The number of small retail investors almost 4x'd. The number of whale investors only grew by maybe 20% or so. Now in the last month, we still 3x'd in the price. Here's the same kind of charts with the same thresholds, but cut off only for the last month. We again see how retail buys, how this buying is now somewhat slowing down. We see how medium-sized holders also buy, but here the buying is slowing down even more. And the whales, they rather tend to hold, maybe slightly even sell. Now let's have a look at the pace of retail holder growth. Let's assume that the growth continues compared to what we've seen in the last 2 weeks. So we are slowing down. Obviously, let's say we stay at the current level. Then we are growing by roughly 10% within 2 weeks or 20% per month. That's still quite fast. A lot of meme coins don't have those numbers. The current drop is obviously driven by the general market, but we can also see that returning users are taking some profit. So the number of returning users is higher than the number of new users per day. We can see that on average 60 to 70% of trading volume is generated by returning users, not by new users entering the token. Now it's nice to see that the number of retail investors is growing. It's also nice to see that especially recently the number of buyers outpaces the number of sellers. So when we see the price going down, it's just because some whales take profit. But just have a look at this. In the last few days, we pretty much every day saw 60% buyers versus maybe 40% sellers. A real shift towards buying. And so I will buy some SPX6900 after publishing of this video as well. I don't hold any right now, but I will buy some after this video, several hours after publishing. I never buy a token before publishing a video. So I don't pump and dump on this audience. I don't buy secretly to then afterwards publish to then sell when you are buying. I always buy after publishing because I don't like that conflict of interest. Now there's one more data point that makes me very optimistic about SPX6900, and that's the influencers. They are buying now as well. So in the premium membership of this channel, the link is down below, thebitcoinstrader.com, we are tracking various influencers. And have a look at this. Kyle Chessy bought regularly into SPX6900. Across the Rubicon also just recently bought again. We track in total 12 wallets by Kyle Chessy. He's got more than 100,000 subscribers. We are also tracking Alex Becker with more than 1.4 million subscribers. We've got 12 of his wallets, not all of them are well known. We are also tracking Crypto Benter, 1.1 million subscribers. 33 of their wallets are tracked in premium. And so besides just on-chain analytics, besides looking at the aggregated data, looking at what the insiders are doing and looking at the top traders does make a lot of sense. We got a lot of very nice signals very early on. And so I even made a dedicated tutorial course just on that topic. How can we find different influencer wallets? How can we then track them? And how can we then afterwards interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? So that's 8 dedicated tutorial videos just on the wallet tracking topic. But in total, there's more than 100 tutorial videos also on portfolio management, on blockchain analytics, not just on wallet tracking. Once we've got a trading signal, we of course discuss them in dedicated groups. They're also part of the premium Telegram. And of course, I share my own trades as well. For example, I'm shorting Ethereum relative to Bitcoin, and I publish videos regularly on how I see the market as a whole. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like what you see, just message me within the first week and I'll refund you 100%. I like the retail holder growth of SPX6900. I'm going to buy some tokens. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to also give this a like. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.